Well, despite a Congress on recess and a president on vacation, the debate over energy legislation that the Senate will grapple with after the August break is center stage. Today, the secretaries of Commerce and Agriculture met with dozens of Midwestern business leaders and regulators to hear their message. The Senate best not pass a bill like the Waxman-Markey ACES Act, which they believe would do nothing but hurt the heart of the heartland. Business leaders and regulators were all smiles for the camera, but their message was anything but lighthearted. Clean Skies Dee Bombani was at the White House today, and she's here with that story. Good afternoon, Dee.
Good afternoon, Susan. Right, looking at the White House today, it was very quiet, and all you noticed was a maintenance crew or two outside. But it was anything but quiet inside, where about 100 business leaders, state officials, and state energy regulators, mostly from the Midwest, met with Commerce Secretary Gary Locke and Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack. They were there to discuss how to help the Senate craft an energy bill that will help, not hurt, their states. Now, when the House passed the ACES Act in June, some Midwestern lawmakers and some utilities were not happy. The bill set emissions limits that some feared would kill Midwestern coal generation. The bill aims to have utilities expand clean energy generation. Utility giant Mid-American Energy has been especially vocal about the ACES Act, saying that consumers in the Midwest would suffer the most as House bill raises the cost of producing energy. It argued that the Midwestern economy has been decimated in the current economic recession. Now, Vilsack did not give much credence to the Mid-American comments, but he said Midwestern utilities would come around eventually.
There are a number of utility companies across the country that are very supportive of this and understand and appreciate the need to embrace this. I think what we're going to see is, as a clear signal is sent that we're engaged in this effort, I think you're going to see extraordinary innovation. I think you're going to see battery technology, solar panel technology, digesters, smart grids, appliances, a tremendous explosion of innovation that's going to take place here in the United States. It's going to create jobs here as it has in Iowa, and these are good paying jobs. These are not jobs that are convenience store jobs, which is what we've been creating in rural communities in the past. This is really about real family wage jobs.
Now, during a press briefing after the meeting, Vilsack said he and Locke were telling the Midwesterners that they were considered when the House passed its ACES Act, and they will be front and center as the senators craft their bill in the fall. Vilsack said rural America, including states like Iowa and Kansas, are about to see a jolt to their economy.
Where we are going is to a better place, and it takes American leadership not only here in Washington, D.C., but all the way down to my district in Iowa, down to the local community all across the entire world.
Now, another concern for the Midwesterners is confusion over what happens to the state renewable electricity standard once a federal energy bill sets up a national standard in the fall. There are 28 states with standards, and some are stricter than the 20% by 2021 set forth in the ACES Act. The ACES standard, in addition, allows up to 8% to be met by efficiency if a state governor certifies that option. Susan?
So what happens, Dee, if the federal RES ends up being less strict than a particular state's RES? Does it replace the state's standard?
Well, it should. That's what it says right here in the ACES Act on page 52. But one Minnesota lawmaker said to me, look, Minnesota is required to get 22% of its electricity from renewable resources. The federal standard would probably be about 20%, but what happens to that additional 5% is in question in his mind. He said, well, what if we do generate 25% of our electricity from renewables? Do utilities in other states buy those credits, emissions credits, from our state utilities? And so that was a big question in his mind. But here on page 52, of the ACES Act, it says basically a state's laws will not be overtaken by a federal law if the state law is more stringent. States can just, this allows the states to sort of maintain what they've been doing all along. Okay. And so one of the things that the lawmakers were saying is that we want more clarity in a Senate bill because the ACES bill isn't that clear. But as you can see, it's written right there.
Right. All right. Well, it's got to be one big point coming up for the Senate bill. Dee Bombani,
That's
thank
right.
you.
Thanks, Susan.